Okay. Welcome, everyone. Salam alaikum, Sahela.
Walaikum salam.
How are you?
Good.
Alhamdulillah. So we are just waiting for Sister Letitia to log on. She is logging on from Arizona. Should be joining us shortly. While we wait for her, Umar and Yusuf, turn on your cameras, please. We'd like to see your beautiful faces, your handsome faces. Cameras on, guys. Ooh, that's Umar. Thank you. Can you try to center it so we can actually really see you? What does that say? Unity has not started sending. I can't read it. Can you read that? I couldn't read
means
it.
my camera won't work.
Oh, it won't work. Okay.
Okay, Salam alaikum, guys.
Walaikum salam, sister. How are you?
I'm doing good, alhamdulillah. Please pardon the 3-minute delay.
No problem.
Yep.
Okay. So there are more students, but these are the ones that have logged on time. Okay, here they are.
Okay.
More. So I guess we'll give them a couple minutes.
Sure.
As the file in. We're gonna send another reminder.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, we have a few joining us. Good.
Yeah, mashallah. Actually, I'm gonna take up that sound because you can hear a beep every time. So I'll go ahead and make you co-host, Sister Letitia, so that you can share your screen as needed.
Okay. Today, I don't have anything to share.
Oh, okay.
Because it's our introductory session, so I want to get to know the students and just, do like the introductory things that we need to do.
All right, sounds good. You guys, it would be really nice for us to see your faces, at least on this first day. We're getting to know everyone. Want to see who's on the other end, okay? Don't be shy. Ooh, Nafisa, it's good to see you. MashaAllah.
Hi, Mohammed is there. Mohammed Jabril. When is he going to turn on his camera? Yusuf Ali.
Yusuf's having problems with his camera, his side.
Okay, we have Abdul joining us. So I'm going to admit Abdul. So I'm thinking we should probably get started maybe 10 minutes after, like 12:40. You think that makes sense? Or
sure, you're generous, sister. I'm like, come on, get on.
Okay, yeah, no, I agree.
But they're filing in. It's fine. It's the first day. We'll cut them some slacks.
Okay.
Some slacks today. Oh, Abdul Salam, salam alaikum. Where's Rashida? And Nafisa, where's your brother? Be your siblings keeper for today.
I don't know. I'll go call him.
Please, thank you. He may have lost track of time. So nice and sweet of you. Thank you.
Okay, we have Mohammed Bryant. We're going to admit Mohammed. Yeah, I think it will make for more of a robust interaction if we have, but we got to emphasize that they need to show up on time and that need me too. Okay, not just them. So I have to be the example as well.
Yeah. Oh, yay. Everyone's coming in. Cool.
How many are we expecting? How many more?
At least 10.
Oh, that's good.
We're getting
That's a
there.
good group.
MashaAllah. That might be everyone, actually. Where's Rashida?
6, 7, 8. Okay, we have 8.
I'll look through again to see. That might be everyone. Senior stars. Yeah, we're expecting 10 of them.
Okay, we're not too bad.
It might be everyone.
We have 9. We have 9 kids on.
Okay, yeah, one
Rashida
more.
just joined too.
Okay, cool, yay.
Okay, so do we have everyone?
I think so, yeah, now we do, I think.
Okay, guys, so Salam alaikum, everybody. My hopes is that everyone turns on their camera. If you guys could please just turn on your camera since today is our first day. Thank you, Nafisa, for turning on your camera. Yusuf, something's wrong with his camera, right? So Mohammed Bryant and Mohammed Jabril, can you guys turn on your cameras? Rashida, can you turn on your camera, dear? Naeem, can you please turn on your camera? And Abdul, can you turn on your camera so that we could see each other? Suhelia, thank you. Did I say that correctly? Suhelia and Umar, thank you both for having your cameras on. I really appreciate it.
Sorry, Suhaila.
Suhaila, okay.
Sorry, Suhaila.
Okay, thank you, Mohammed. Okay, guys, thank you, Naeem. Thank you, Abdul, Rashidat, and Mohammed Jabril. Whenever you guys get a chance, please turn on your camera. And Yusuf, if your camera starts working, it would be great if we could see you and if you could turn on your camera. So Dr. Demi, I'm going to let you just start since this is my first time here, and just we'll go with the flow, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Salam alaikum once again, and welcome everyone to another round of Senior Stars. Some of you are rejoining us from last year and some are new to this. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's great to have you all. To this year's theme is going to be college preparedness, college and career preparedness. So we'll be going through various sessions with Sister Letitia on preparing for college and preparing for career ideas that you may have, or helping you form them, because sometimes it's okay. Sometimes we don't know what we want to do necessarily just yet. So we're still searching. So we have students from 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th, 11th. I don't think there's any 12th grader here. So you're all at different phases of your in your growth, in your planning, and just even thinking about the whole idea of having a career or having going to college. So, and we will welcome here. We're here to help answer questions and really help you start formulating ideas or tightening up some of the ideas that you already have. But know that it's okay to change. You might get a few aha moments where something clicks or something doesn't sound quite right and you want to change it. That's okay too. So I will be handing it over to Sister Letitia to continue on, but I would first like us to reintroduce ourselves to each other, and especially to Sister Letitia, since she's still new. She's new with us this year. Maybe you'll go first, Sister Letitia, but then each person, if you all can share once again your name so we are pronouncing it correctly, your grade level, your interest, maybe in terms of career or college interest. If you think you know what you want to do, you have an idea, you don't have an idea. If you do have an idea, share with us what you think it is. It'll be different for Sister Letitia, of course, and I. So I guess I'll go first. My name is Dr. Demi Fozia Adelaja. I am a public health researcher, so I'm way past that phase of career interest, but I still have various interests. I started out with looking into the medical field. I diverted into public health, which is still very much related to the medical field. And now I'm more and more getting interested in education. So that's an interesting turn for me at this phase in my life. And I'm really looking forward to learning along with you all. So go ahead, Sister Letitia.
Okay, guys, hello. So I am Sister Letitia Ojurier, and I am a nationally certified school psychologist who's certified in 30% of the United States. So not only am I nationally certified, but I hold a certification in 15 states. I think that's the most states that any single school psychologist holds certification in. I live in Arizona with my 8-month-old daughter and my husband, but I'm originally from New Jersey. So I'm from back east, like you guys. So I am joining with Dr. Fozia because I have a lot of experience working with junior high school age and high school students, and also working in higher education. So prior to becoming a school psychologist, I worked at a university in New Jersey for 5 years in the College of Education, elementary and secondary education. I also taught at a community college and had an opportunity to teach at a university as well. So working with students around your age is absolutely what I love to do, okay? So I think what we need to do, group, I think what we need to do after we go around and do our introductions, we need to set some ground expectations. I don't want to call them ground rules because rules sound so rigid, but I want us to set some ground expectations that all of us have to follow, okay? We have 12-week sessions, is that correct? Total of 12 weeks, Dr. Demi? You're muted, Dr. Demi. I need you to stay unmuted with me.
I'm sorry. I apologize. So yes, you're right. 12-week sessions. We are going to go from October through March, inshallah, 2 sessions per month.
That's perfect. And then the sessions are how long? They're from 3:30 until
3:30 to 4:30 or 5 at the most.
Okay, so we have a 1-hour session, 1 hour and a half maximum. So we want to make sure we're utilizing our 1 hour to 1 hour and a half effectively. Okay, and in order to do that, we have to really establish some serious expectations. Like, what are you guys expecting of us, right? Do you have any expectations of us? And what are you expecting of yourselves? And then what are we expecting of each other as a group? Okay. So what I would like to do, Naeem, if you could just lift your camera up to show your face, hon. Okay. And so what I would like to do, I just want to go around, and if we could just, I'm going to put it in the chat exactly what I want you guys to share. So I want you to just share your name, your grade. So we're going to share our name, our grade, and our interest. So just tell us a little bit about yourself. Guys, you don't have to say, you know what, I want to go to college to do this, or I want to go and do that. And I'm going to tell you why. I didn't realize what I wanted to do. I didn't become a school psychologist. Now, not that I'm telling you guys to do this, because I want you guys to like have a head start, but I didn't become a school psychologist until I was 35 years old. So being a school psychologist, and now I'm in my 6th year. So it's more of a second career for me, right? And so Dr. Demi, it sounds like she had one path, and then she took another path, still a doctorate, but another path, not a medical doctor, but a public health administrator. And now she's looking at a different path, right? So sometimes our paths can start off one way, and then sometimes they change. Not to say that that's what we're encouraging. So I don't want you guys to feel the pressure like, oh my goodness, I need to know today that I need to be like a medical doctor. I need to be a surgeon, and what kind of, you don't have to do all of that, right? So that's not the goal and objective of this. So I am going to start with, we'll go around. Remember, Yusuf, is Yusuf's volume working at least?
Yeah, he should be able to unmute, right, Yusuf?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so Yusuf, could you just your name, what grade you're in, and could you just share a few interests about yourself, and do all of you guys know each other in person, like personally? All of the students, do they know each other?
Some of them know each other. Yeah.
From like seeing each other at the mosque, maybe at school, different programs.
Yeah, or different things in community, and even summer camp from last summer, or some are just, family friends.
Okay, awesome.
It varies.
So Yusuf, we'll start with you.
My name is Yusuf Ali Sharif Al Kabil. I'm in 11th grade, and some of my interests are video games and sports, I guess.
What kind of sports, Yusuf?
Basketball, not very specific, but basketball, soccer, football.
Okay. And Yusuf, you're not playing video games while we're on the call, are you?
No.
Okay. Just making sure, Yusuf. Thank you, Yusuf. So Yusuf is in 11th grade. Okay. Thank you for sharing, Yusuf. Anything else you could share with us about any future interests?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Rashida?
Hi, my name is Rashida, and I'm in 9th grade, and I like to read and play video games as well.
Okay, so video games is a common thing amongst this age group. And what do you like to read, Rashida?
Mostly fiction.
Okay, all right. And any career interests, not that you have to have any right now, but anything that you're thinking about for the future in terms of career-wise?
A cardiologist.
Okay, yeah. Cardiologist, okay. All right, Naeem, can you introduce yourself to us?
I'm Naeem. I'm 16. I'm 10th grade, and I like sports, and football and basketball.
And Naeem, do you have any future career interests? Anything that you could share with us?
Not really.
Okay. Okay. No, that's fine. Okay. Nice to meet you, Naeem.
I don't really know.
Naeem, you're breaking up. Can you say that again, dear?
Oh. I'm 16, 10th grade. I really just like sports and basketball and play with my friends, basically.
Okay, well, just okay. Suhaila.
I'm Sahila, and I like to play soccer and play video games.
And any future interest, Suhaila? Suhaila.
I want to be a veterinarian when I grow up.
Okay. Okay. Abdul.
My name is Abdul Salam Ghidado. I'm in 11th grade. I'm 16, and I like playing soccer, and I like science.
Okay. And any future interests, Abdul?
Something relating to neuroscience.
Neuroscience. Okay. Okay. Umar.
My name is Umar. I'm 14. I'm in 9th grade, and I like to read. Play games, and I like to play tennis.
Okay. And Umar, any future interests, anything that you could think of right now? And if not, it's fine.
Yeah, something that has to do with business.
Business. Okay. Okay. Mohammed Bryant.
Hello, my name is Mohammed Bryant. I'm 16. years old. I'm in the 11th grade. I'm going to do something in engineering.
Okay. And any activities or anything that interests you in the moment?
I'm on a drawing team, and I also play soccer.
Okay, so we have a lot of athletes in here. Very nice. Nafisa, you're last but not least here.
My name's Nafisa. I'm in the 8th grade, and then I like anime, Roblox, and I like food.
What kind of food, Nafisa?
And stuff that isn't healthy.
Like ice cream and stuff like that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, Nafisa. And any future interests?
The medical field.
Okay, so guys, I noticed amongst the group that there's like a common theme, right? And you guys have some positive common themes already, just listening to what you like. And some of the positive common themes that I'm hearing is that all of you guys are athletic, which is awesome, right? Everybody sounds like they participate in some type of sport or some type of things. And with sports, there's a lot of positive and amazing strategies that we could apply from sports into our future goals and our career planning. Another thing that I noticed is that most of you guys are interested in something related to science. I think Mohammed is the only one that said something more related to business. That was a little different from the medical field, right? And then most of you guys have similar interests as it relates to gaming, which gaming is good in moderation, because there are certain strategies that you use in gaming that help you out with we have to get Mohammed Jabril as well, because I didn't get him, but he was kicked out.
Yeah, just let him back in.
Sure.
Assalamu alaikum, Mohammed Jabril. Can you hear us?
Mohammed, are you there? Okay, so we'll just go on just a tad bit until Mohammed could hear us. So you guys have, it sounds like a lot of positives to start with, but what I want us to do is just set some ground expectations for the group. And Dr. Demi, if you could just type up these ground and share your screen and type up the ground expectations as we're talking to the group. So as you guys know, we're going to be together until March. That's quite a long time, right? To be together virtually 2 times a month. And so I think in order for this to be effective, there has to be some ground expectations, right? So let's just take, for example, when we first meet people, or even before we meet people, right? We have like our core values, like, okay, I'm meeting some new people. These are my core values, and these values do not change. And in order for me to have a healthy relationship or a productive relationship with someone, these are the things that I expect from this person. And these are the things that this person can expect from me. So you guys are all at least 8th grade and older. So we're talking about 8th to 11th grade, which you guys have had, I think, a fair amount of time with establishing friendships with people, associateships, where maybe the person's not your friend, but they're your associate with people. And so you understand that there are these ground expectations that you have to have in order to have a productive and successful experience. And the same is going to be so with our group, guys. So if we're always late, or we're coming in and we're not focused, or we just seem like we're completely bored, we're not participating, it makes a 1-hour session feel like a 10-hour session, right? In addition to that, a 1-hour session could be not as productive as it should be. So we're going to, as a group, so this is our introductory session. As a group, what we're going to do for our first time, we're going to establish some ground expectations. And so the question that is going to guide us in building our ground expectations, remember, this is what we come up with. It's going to be based on, what do we really want to get out of this group? We have to ask ourselves, you know what? Am I in this group because my parents are making me come every like twice a month? okay, I could just sit here and like drift off, or am I here because I really want to gain something from this experience and learn something? And so guys, just to let you know, Dr. Demi and I, we're incorporating a session out of our 12 weeks where you're not participating. One of those sessions, all of your parents will be invited to participate. Okay, so that means you're not in the sessions, but your parents will be invited to participate, just so they can know what you're doing, and also so we can understand what some of their expectations are as well. So guys, in order to determine this, what are we expecting to get out of the group? I could tell you what my expectations are, or what I would like to offer to the group. And I would also like to know what you're able to offer to this group as well. So I am coming, I've joined Dr. Demi and you guys so that I could bring some of my expertise, right? Some of my knowledge as it relates to the college experience and also life experience, okay? So I want someone to volunteer before I have to start calling out names and stuff. What are you expecting to get from the group? What are you expecting to get from the group? What is your goal, or what is your objective of being in this group? Can someone please unmute and just help me out a little bit and share?
To learn more about college preparedness.
Okay, thank you, Umar. Anybody else?
So that it's not too late to learn.
I didn't hear you, Rashida.
So that it's not too late to learn about college.
Okay, so similar to what Umar said, right? You feel like it's, you want to be prepared, correct? Good. Anybody else? What are you expecting from us? Like, what do you expect from Dr. Demi and I? Anybody else?
To help us prepare for college.
Okay, anything different? So that's good. I'm glad you guys are reiterating that, which is awesome. So this is awesome that everybody has the same goal in mind. You're expecting us to help you prepare for college. Anything different?
Learning something new.
Okay, learning something new. Anything else, guys?
Interacting with people like us.
You said doing what? Interacting with people. I like that. Good. And when you say interacting with people like you, what do you mean? Like us. What do you mean by that? Talk to me about that.
People who are like in our age group and are experiencing similar things.
Good. In a more personalized way, right? Because you could do this at your school, but it's not personalized like this group. Like we'll do this twice a month on a Sunday in a very small group setting, right? So we get to know each other a lot better. I actually like that. Good, good, good. Anybody else? Anybody else? I think this is a pretty good list. And if anyone else could think of anything else, just let me know. So in order for us to have these expectations, right, of sharing knowledge, Dr. Demi and I, learning more about college preparedness. And I like that that came up 3 times. 3 people back to back was like, no, we're here to learn about, college preparedness. I like the fact that we're interacting with people like us. And when we say people like us, same age group, same life experience, right? Sometimes also the same cultural experience as well. It does make for a very nice and well-rounded opportunity for us to dive into some of the things that we're thinking about. So I think, guys, what we're going to probably do, and I'm going to talk to Dr. Demi about this, is give you guys a small survey, not today, but before our next 2-week session. We're going to put together a small survey that you'll have to complete at least a couple of days before the survey so I can analyze the information, okay? So this is a good start. So in order for all of these things to take place, all of the things that you expect from Dr. Demi and I, because these are the expectations that you expect from us. What do you expect from yourself? What do you expect from yourself? And I want everybody to answer that question. What am I expecting from myself? Every single person in this group should have an answer to that. And so, Naeem, what are you expecting from yourself?
Kind of being engaged.
Being engaged. Good, Naeem. I love it, Naeem. Being engaged. Okay. Umar, what are you expecting from yourself? These are not my expectations of you, but the expectations that you have for yourself.
To get the most out of this.
Right, to maximize this opportunity, right? Because we can have another opportunity like this, but there are no guarantees. We don't know, right? So we have to seize the moment. Carpe diem, seize the moment. We're in this moment, let's seize it. Abdul, what are you expecting of yourself?
To understand the topics that we discuss.
Understanding the topics, right? Good job, Abdul. Mohammed Jabril, I think his audio is still not working. Rashidat.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again, Abdul Salam? I didn't understand what?
The topics that we discuss.
Okay, thank you.
So I got Naeem, Rashidat.
To have fun.
Yeah, to have fun, right? You don't want to be bored. I agree with you. Okay, good job. Mohammed Bryant.
Work together.
Working with your peers. Good. Suhaila. Okay, you guys are siblings. Suhaila and Mohammed. It just dawned on me. Okay, what are you expecting, dear? Of yourself?
I'm not sure.
Okay, you have to give me an answer though. That's because what's the point of being here, dear, if you're not sure what to expect from yourself? So I'm going to give you a second to think about that, okay? Nafisa, you're not last, okay? It's just the way my system is set up. Nafisa, what are you expecting from yourself?
Asking new questions of what we're learning.
Being inquisitive, right? So Helia, just give me something, dear. Even if it doesn't have to be a fancy answer, but what are you expecting of yourself?
Learn more.
To learn more, to increase your knowledge. Very good. So we have these you guys have given me expectations of Dr. Fozia, and I want to build upon this. The reason why I want to build upon this is because it's easy just to start talking about what we're going to be doing every week. But it could be challenging if we do not cover these ground expectations to sort of cover them later on, right? It's almost like baking a cake and missing some of the important parts of the cake. Like, okay, I forgot to add the milk. I forgot to add the eggs. I also forgot to add like the sugar if you're baking it from scratch. But later on, I'm going to add that after I've already mixed some of the ingredients together, right? It's sort of hard to go back and recuperate that later on. It can be done, but sometimes it's a struggle. So we sort of want to do this in the beginning so that the rest of our sessions can run smoothly. So you have your expectations of us. You have some things that you're expecting of yourself. But I want us to know what needs to be done in order to achieve this. In order for this to be a success, what are some of the behaviors? What are some of the commitments that we have to do every time we meet in order to achieve this? And I am going to start off. If you could do another section, Dr. Demi.
Okay.
Right. Now we're going to set some ground requirements. These are what we're going to call our ground requirements. In order for all of these little things, and this could be modified as we go along, right? We can add to it. However, we have to have ground requirements, right? When you're in your class, the teacher probably has up a little sign that says ground rules. When you come in my class, do not do this, do not do that, do not do this. But we're going to state our ground requirements in a positive. We're not going to state them in a do not. We're going to state them in what we're going to do. Okay. So Dr. Fozia, is there any way you can save this as well?
I've saved it. I was trying to open up another one, but it looks like it's opening up the same whiteboard. So I think we just continue to add to it.
Yep. Let's continue to add to it. And so, Dr. Fozia, what we're going to do now, we're going to set ground requirements. Okay. And so one of the ground requirements I'm going to start off with, guys, do you guys do anything on Sundays? Do you guys have any practice for sports? Any things that you do just before this session on Sundays, or is your schedule pretty much clear? on Sundays? Is there anyone that have a requirement, like anything that you have already set up where you're like, no, I have like soccer practice from like 2 to 3:30 and I might be a few minutes late? Does anyone have that going on in their life? If you do, speak now. Anybody? No, it doesn't seem like
Yeah,
it, right? Yeah, you do.
I have one.
Muhammad?
Soccer.
I may play on Sundays.
Wait, was that Muhammad that said he may have something?
Yeah.
Okay. Mohammed Bryant. Okay. So Muhammad, you have something that brings you right up to this 3:30 mark?
Maybe. It depends. Like, I don't know the soccer schedule right now. Sometimes we have to travel far, so we have to leave early. And then sometimes we might be on the road at that time, because sometimes our game starts at 1, and then it'll be like an hour away, and then it'll be like 3 and 3:30. Maybe, I don't know. I don't really know the schedule, but I know that we might have games, and then we also have practice sometimes, but that's usually early in the morning,
Okay.
around 12, but that should work. But other than games, and then also have drone, we may have drone meets on Sundays. Also, that's another thing that we do off, like, I guess not often, but we're gonna start back up again this in that season. But other than that, I don't really have anything.
Okay. Anybody else? Because I know you guys are pretty busy. You're not teenagers that just sit around the house watching a Netflix. So anything else, guys? Anybody else? I heard, was that you, Rashida, or Nafisa, or Suhelia? Did you say something, dear?
Yeah, I said something.
What did you say, hon?
I said that I might have soccer games at 3 or 2 on Sundays, but it's most likely to be on Saturday, so I should be fine.
Okay. So with all of that being said, I think it's important that we show up on time. How many of us agree that showing up on time is important, right? So today I was like 3 minutes late and I felt super bad. I'm like, oh my goodness, our first day, right? And I'm 3 minutes late. I should actually be logged in about 5 minutes early. So if the session starts at 3:30, I, as one of the co-instructors, should be logged in 5 minutes early. Now, are we expecting that from you? No. But can you log in maybe 1 minute early so we could hit the ground running at 3:30? I think so, right? That's not a bad request, right? So showing up on time is super important. I remember there was a saying that a very successful person shared with me. To be on time is to be late. To be on time is to be late. To be early is to be on time. So to come to a place on time is actually being late, right? We're just getting there. But to be early is to be on time. And so I try to sort of kind of guide my schedule around that type of thinking. Now, can we always do that because our schedule is tight? We can't always do that. Just things come up sometimes. Yeah, I was 3 minutes late because I had to change my daughter's pamper, right? And so these little things can come up, but for the most part, our goal is to show up on time. Why is it important to show up on time, Nafisa? Nafisa, are you there, dear?
So then you don't miss anything in the class?
You don't want to miss anything, and you also want to show that you're interested in what we're doing, right? And you want to get as much information as you could possibly get, okay? What's another ground requirement, Naeem? Give me a ground requirement. Give me one, Naeem. Is Naeem still with us?
A ground requirement?
Yeah, like what are some requirements? So one is showing up on time. So what are some other things we could do to make this a success, Naeem? Anything you could think of? Is there anyone that could help Naeem out?
Yeah.
Umar.
Be fully engaged.
Be fully engaged. Guys, it's so important to be fully engaged. I'm telling you, I cannot tell you how many meetings I go to, business meetings, just all kinds of meetings, and people are on their phone, or you know that they're not paying attention to what you're talking about because their eyes are diverted away from the screen. So being fully engaged. My thing is, if you're going to take an hour of your time, right? So we're at 1:11. I am engaged, but I'm looking at the time just so I can make sure I'm making a point. Why take an hour of your time out of your schedule if you don't plan on being fully engaged? If you plan on playing your video game while we're doing this, if you plan on maybe being on your cell phone while we're doing this, I understand that these things are things of interest, like your phone and your video game. However, what I can tell you is this, guys. If you want to do yourself a favor, maybe you could put down your cell phone or put it away for an hour. An hour of removing your cell phone and limiting distractions around you will not hurt you at all. It will probably actually help you, right? It'll help your vision, it'll help your thinking, it'll help a lot of things. So being fully engaged, good job. Umar, Naeem, do you want to add something to this about some of the ground requirements? Okay, so not Abdul, Youssef, any of you guys want to add anything?
Be respectful of other people's opinions.
Being respectful of other people's opinions. And why is that important, Abdul?
Because a lot of people have different opinions, and it's important that they have the chance to share what they want to say.
Yep, super important, right? So if someone in the room say, you know what, I don't want to be a doctor, I want to open up a chain of Chick-fil-A restaurants, and that's how I want to make my $1 million or more, we have to be respectful of that, right? Everybody has a different path. And sometimes what is a generic path for what is expected of us, somebody might want to go outside of that generic path. So if someone says, you know what, this is what my path is. Okay, Nafisa. You raised your hand here.
Oh, that was on accident.
Okay, well, while you raise your hand, could you give us a ground rule, a ground requirement?
I don't know.
Okay. So showing up on time, being fully engaged, being respectful of others' opinions. Dr. Demi, I would like you to add one.
Oh, wow. There's Abdul Salam took it already. I was really thinking about being respectful. I was waiting for the right time to chime in. But yeah, I'll think about another one.
Okay. Anybody else want to add something to this list?
I would say waiting your turn. So we're not talking, it's part of being respectful, I guess. So we're not getting into long arguments, respecting other people's opinions. So it really falls under that.
Together. Okay, one that I would like to add, if you guys cannot think of anything else, when we have a lesson, I want you guys to do the lesson, okay? So adhering to what the requirements of the course is. Okay, so it's not going to be like I forgot, guys. You have 2 weeks in between each session to get simple activities done. Okay, and a lot of these activities are actually good activities, and they're going to help you not only in what we're doing, but they're also going to help you with your overall school experience as well. Okay.
Right. So I guess this is a good way to quick check in. Does everyone have their book?
Hello, guys.
How to grab it and have it handy with you.
Do you have your book?
No, I don't have it.
I wasn't aware of any book.
Yeah.
Oh, these were shared with your parents. Can you please ask your parents for them? I'm sorry.
Your sister has her book, Mohammed.
Oh.
Yeah, so you should have one. Rashida, do you have your book, dear? Abdul, does your parents have your book? Youssef?
I'm also with Suhaila and Mohammed.
Oh, you are? Okay. So do you have your book, Youssef?
No.
Okay. So guys, that's super duper important. And Dr. Demi, I'm going to let you take over that part about the book, please. If you could just talk about that part and the importance of having the book and just go over some things about the book.
Absolutely. So this is a book that I found to be very useful. I think it really goes through different, it helps you get through different phases of life that you all may be going through. I think there are maybe just 4 chapters in them, but they're very detailed. And you may have younger siblings who are going through them as well, but we're doing other things, other activities with them. So don't feel like you're doing the same work as they are. Wanted to put that out there. There are only 5 chapters. The first one is It All Starts Here, just really helping you get into what your dreams are. Kind of like a more expanded version of the discussion you've had with Sister Letitia just now. Let me stop sharing for a moment.
Okay. And then we need to do like a check at the end. So whoever does not have their book, we want to make sure they have it. So there are no excuses in 2 weeks.
Right. No, actually, they all should have it. Your parent, ask your parents. Everyone on here, your parents did pick up your books. And then it gets into helping you explore your interests. So once again, and I think we cannot overemphasize this issue. We're not trying to box you into an idea of what your career should be or what your college goals should be, but we really want you to start looking inwards and trying to gauge what your interests are and build on that. Because I think Sister Letitia would agree with me, if you get into a career where you have zero interest and you're just doing it, for the money or just because your parents made you do it, by the time you hit your 20s, not even 20s, your 30s, your 40s, you're going to be miserable. You're not going to be happy with whatever it is. So this book really encourages you to think inwards and try to come up with, dreams for your own life, what your idea of what you want to do looks like, and go from there, how to try to make it a reality. So we'll go from the dream stage to and it doesn't have to be just the career aspect or the college aspect, but just anything you want to do from the dream phases to where you try to make it a reality, where you have SMART goals and trying to make sure you're taking concrete steps to achieve those goals. So that's what this book is about. We're not going to spend a whole entire session on these books, but we will have certain, maybe a couple of minutes here and there to talk about it and to give you take-home tasks to complete. And then we can discuss it on our next meeting.
Okay. And so this is like sort of kind of one of my wrap ups for the group. And I want us to spend our last part of our session just talking about this. And I want everybody to think about this. When you think about, you guys are between 8th and 11th grade. So around this time, you're starting to think about, or probably even before, right? We hear messages in our environment of what we should be when we grow up, right? So when I was around your age or even younger, I heard some messages in my environment, and I said, I want to be a teacher because I want to be just like this person in my family. This person's a teacher. Or I want to be a teacher because my favorite teacher was really amazing, really smart, really all of these wonderful things, right? So when I was younger, I would hear things in the environment or in my household. People would be like, I think you're going to be a teacher when you grow up. Where do you guys get where does your the messages come from about what you should do with your future? What are some of the places? So I was able to identify 3 places by observing, like listening to what people in my family was saying, and also influence of a teacher who really inspired me. So Naeem, in terms of what you want to do when you grow up, even if you have not solidified it and said, hey, this is what I want to do, what are some of the influences? Who are some of the influencers in your life that sort of kind of encourage you to say, Naeem, this is what I think you should do when you grow up? Can you answer that question for me, dear?
Parents, extended family members, teachers, counselors, sometimes friends, sometimes.
Okay. And so Naeem, what messages are they sending you, or what are they saying you should be when you, Naeem, I think this is what you should do. What is that something that they feel like you should be doing when you grow up? What should you go to college for? Can someone help Naeem out? So Naeem,
Like do something you enjoy. Yes.
so they're saying to do something that you enjoy. They're not saying Naeem
Yeah.
go and become like an engineer or a doctor or anything like that.
Yeah.
So what are
Yeah,
they?
that's what my parents said. They want. They don't want me to do something that they want me to challenge myself. They want me to challenge myself, whatever I become. They don't want me to do something that they know I can do more than. That's why they like push me in school to get good grades and stuff. So to
But
work up those habits. So.
good. So, but they haven't said you have to become this,
Oh
correct?
no.
Good.
No.
Okay, so they've left the option open for you. That's
Yes.
where I'm trying to get to.
Oh.
Very good. Okay, Umar, what about you?
I think that my parents really influenced me the most because not just like them telling me, they would tell me sometimes. They'll say, "Oh, like you're really good at this. Maybe you should become this when you grow up." I also see it in them, like they own businesses. They do a lot of things in business, so that's also why I want to do. And it's just something that I find fun.
Awesome. So you're learning again by observation, right? So being a business owner, very nice, Umar. But there's no like, Umar, you have to have this kind of business. It has to be this exact kind of business. Or is it more open? Umar, become a successful business person. Is it more like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is more like that.
Okay, so good. What about you, Nafisa? What messages are you getting, dear?
That she should be a doctor because they give you the most money.
Okay, so you should become a doctor because they give you the most money, right?
Because my parents were like, you should be a doctor because when I was your age, nobody told me this. And if I was a doctor, then, then I'll be making this type of money and we will be living somewhere else.
Okay, so become a doctor because you'll be making tons of money, right? And we'll be living somewhere else, okay?
But my dad says that make sure that when you find a career that you're happy with what you're doing, but then not just look at like the money, the benefits too.
Okay, so guys, I think this is great. Okay, so your parents are not saying that you have to become a doctor. They're just saying that whatever you become, look at the benefits of what you become. Mohammed Bryant, what are the messages you're getting, dear?
Do whatever you want, but make sure you have a fallback plan on it. Because if you're an athlete and you want to go into sports and you get injured, you need to have a fallback plan on that. But I'm trying to use sports to get into college and then get my academics and stuff. So if I'm good enough to go to college and play for college and get a scholarship, I will do that. But I'll just use that to get better myself in education and whatnot. Not to become a soccer player. I don't know. That's how I see my parents. Yeah.
No, that's good, guys. This is good, right? So they're not telling you like you have to do this, right? Which opens up your mind. Now, not that we want a mind that's so unfocused that we just don't know what we want to do, right? So I worked at a college. I think I told you guys a university, and I've seen students change their major like 4 or 5 times. That's not what no one's encouraging you to do. Like they'll start off with this major, and then they'll come back and say, can someone sign off on this because I really want to go and change it to this. So you're constantly seeing this change, and these constant changes gets us nowhere, right? So Helia, what are some of the messages you're hearing? I'm thinking you and Mohammed live in the same household, but your messages could be different, right? Because sometimes they're different based on the child. So what are some of the messages you're hearing, dear?
That you get a job that pays you good money and don't mistreat you because you're Black and Muslim, because some people want to mistreat you because you're Black and Muslim and you're a different religion from them. So you want to find a good job that gives you good money and treats you well.
Okay. And so there's a definite in this room that we could all 100% say that we're all Black. Is there anybody in here that's not Black? Because I don't want to assume that you're Black if you're not. Are we all Black 100%? Okay.
I think we all are.
We all are. Okay. Now I don't want to assume, like, because somebody might say,
Right.
no, I'm, something else. I don't know. So I like to respect what people label themselves. So what we will eventually talk about at some point, and that's a good point, Sahalia, is about race and how race plays a role in our career options. Does it limit us, or does our race limit us? No, in what we want to do, but we could talk about the representation of how many people are in a certain field based on race, right? Based on gender, based on race. But for me, I like to focus on race primarily, and then we talk about gender as well. Rashida and Abdul, I want you guys to go. So Rashida, what messages are you hearing?
To try your hardest to get to do whatever you want and aim high.
Is there a specific career field you're told you have to go into, or is it just Rashida, whatever you come up with, you be the best at that?
I mean, they usually just say doctor.
Okay. Doctor or engineer, those are the ones that I hear a lot in the Muslim community where I'm at with the youth, because most of the parents are engineers or doctors and they want the same thing. Okay. What about you, Abdul? Are you hearing the same thing that Rashida is hearing, since she's your sister?
Pretty much. They want me to become a doctor or something related in the medical field.
Okay. And I think it's great, guys, that your parents want you to become doctors. For those of us whose parents want us to become doctors, because there is an underrepresentation of medical doctors, Black medical doctors. Okay. What about you, Yusuf Ali?
I don't know.
What messages are you getting about what you should do when you graduate from high school?
Just maintain healthy income, I guess, basically. If
Okay.
when I graduate from college, have a way to provide for myself.
Okay. So the messaging, Dr. Demi, which is nice, I think it's a nice, well-rounded message where the families are talking about their children earning a healthy income, right? You cannot make it in this United States just off of a hope and a prayer. So those aren't right. You just can't. So they are right. But the thing is, how do we go about that? So guys, we are wrapping up our first session. Naeem, if you could engage with us a little bit more as we end our first session. I want to ask you guys, do you have any questions, concerns, or comments for me before I make our closing remarks? Anything? No? Okay. So just a quick recap of today, right? We did our introductions. We'll be together until March. And I'm going to actually set a small goal for myself from now until March as well as we go through this. I was thinking about that this morning, like I need a small goal for myself, whether it's a mental goal, an actual physical goal, or something like that as we trek through this, because our goal is to see where we're at now, what we call our baseline. Where am I at right now? I'm not really interested. I'm tired. I really don't know what's going on. This is the information that I know about this. And then we want to track it sort of kind of midway, maybe like week number 6. And then we'll track it again at week number 12, or every 4 weeks we could track where we're at. Am I learning anything? Should we tweak this like that? Okay, guys. So we set our ground expectations. That's your expectations of Dr. Demi and I. And then you guys also set the ground requirements for the course. So you guys are old enough where I like working with kids your age, because I do not like babysitting. I don't like, please do this. Could you turn around? Can you sit up? Can you, I just don't like it, right? So I think you guys have the necessary skills to know what you need to do. And maybe sometimes I need to do a little redirecting, but it shouldn't be too exhaustive, okay? So our next session, if we could show up on time. If you're going to be late, for any reason, let's do the responsible thing. Dr. Demi, we need a group chat for this group that they're all a part of, because if you're running late, you should be able to contact us and let us know you're running late. I want us to be fully engaged, guys. If we could have our cameras on, that'll be awesome. And engaged. Today, you guys did a really fine job. Okay. And so our lesson for next 2 weeks, you guys will get a survey and you'll complete that survey ahead of time so that I'm able to analyze the information in the survey and just go over it and discuss it. And then we will have our first actual session after our introductory session, which was today, in 2 weeks. Okay. Is that fair, everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm
So really quickly, as far as making a group for the students, we can ask the parents' permission.
Yes.
So for those who have cell phone numbers, we can form a group with just the students, and then you and I will be in that group as well. So that way we can communicate things. They can communicate it to us if they're running late. And also we can share resources with them back and forth, including something like the survey you mentioned.
Perfect. Okay, Dr. Jimmy.
Alaikum, Nadira. An honorary member trying to join us. All right. So yeah, that's it's 4:32 now. Any other questions? Anything, any lingering thoughts, comments? No? All right. Well, thank you all so much for your attention. Thank you, Sister Letitia. This was a great, first meeting. I loved it. Inshallah, we'll see you same time, October 24th, whichever one's a Sunday. Let me just look to make sure. I don't want to say the wrong day.
Dr. Demi, if you could stay back, that'll be great.
Yeah, I will. So yeah, we'll see you all on October 24th, inshallah. So you all can log off now. Salam alaikum.
Salam alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.